Yo, what's up, guys? It's Misty here, back with another Doodle World video, and in today's video, it's going to be similar to yesterday's video where I did a challenge for a Wafire, a Munty Wafire recolor, where I made the song. But in today's video, instead of making another song, which probably would have been cool, instead I'm going to be doing a 30-minute review on the entire Muncheez line and why it's the best food type in the game. So you see, a little bit of backstory on this challenge. See, a few months ago, Blaze made me, this YouTuber Blaze, he made me, do some sort of collect every tint in the game challenge in order to earn his Muncheez Blaze recolor challenge. But yeah, it was taking a lot longer than I expected, and with the recent addition of Eastern Sunset tints, I'm going to be starting college before I even come close to finishing this challenge. So I tagged him on Twitter and asked him, can I just do a different challenge instead? And he signed me with a 30-minute Muncheez line review challenge. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. That's what I'll be doing today. A 30-minute video review on why the Muncheez line is the best food type in the game. I'm going to be talking about its skins, its misprint, its typing, its entry and everything. Yeah, let's get right onto it. Okay. Now, let's start off with Muncheez, which is the first in its entire evolutionary line. Now, see, Muncheez is a really interesting doodle. I will say that, because see, Muncheez, you can find it in Von Sweet's factory at a pretty uncommon odds, and yes, it's honestly so adorable. Sorry. So, and I find it funny though, it's that Muncheez is available to find in the Von Sweet's factory, because the thing is, Muncheez is a pizza doodle, right? It's some sort of pizza pop, and pizza is a savory food, but in Von Sweet's factory, it's full of sweet things like candy, hot chocolate, and gum and stuff. So I'll admit, I do find it pretty funny that it's huntable in Von Sweet's factory. And originally, I honestly thought Muncheez would be huntable in the Junji subway station, the one in Von Sweet's, because when you left off from there, just before the Chef's Valley released, Junji said that there's a swarm of Muncheez roaming in his subway station. So I thought that once we got access to Junji's subway station, that's where we'd find Muncheez. But nope, I ended up being completely wrong on that one. Yep, absolutely wrong. Yeah. Now let's talk about Now, let's go into a little bit more depth about Muncheez. So, Muncheez is a food and fire type, and it's a pretty good typing. I will say that. I'm pretty sure it resists, types like mine types, bug types as well. And what else? Oh yeah, quad resists plant types as well. Now, the only thing though is it is quad weak to water, which is pretty unfortunate, I will say, because water is I'm pretty sure Doodle World has a lot of water types in the game, so yeah, it would be pretty unfortunate if you to come up across some water type water type moves with when you have, Muncheez or pizza, Multimore, garlic. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. See, now onto its description. It kind of talks about how Muncheez has this thing where it just likes to just buy and buy and buy and buy, but yet it causes no harm because it doesn't have any actual teeth. Now you could say that this is exactly why Munchies has got to be a really good food type, because because it's just so cute how it just likes to just kind of just bite and bite. Like maybe it could just bite your head or bite your hand, but yet you won't feel any pain. And if only think you may just be struck in awe. Like I certainly would be struck in awe if a Munchies were to come up to me and bite me in the hand and I don't feel any pain. Though since it is a part fire type, I may feel some sort of burn, but other than that, you gotta admit, Munchies is just so adorable. Like, and anybody who says that Munchies, is mid or anything like that, clearly they do not know anything about Munchies' awesomeness, obviously. And now let's talk about the skins. Now, the Munchie skins, they're pretty interesting. They're pretty interesting. Like, you got, some, like, I'll admit some of its misprint skins doesn't look that bad, doesn't look that good, but there is some skins that are really good on Munchies, like the Prestige skin. Like, in fact, if you think about it, all Prestige skin doodles are gold, right? And Prestige Munchies, so therefore Prestige's Munchies is gold, right? And it kind of, you could technically see that Prestige Munchies be based off on those golden shredded pieces that those rich wealthy people like to eat, people like Mr. Beast. Yeah, I find that a pretty interesting reference. Did Wish probably intend for Prestige Munchies to be based on those golden shredded pizza? Probably not, but I think it's a pretty still cool reference nonetheless. Though, and misprint Prestige Munchies has got to be awesome. Like a diamond pizza, oh, imagine that would be delicious. But know which Munchie skin is even more awesome? The Blaze skin Munchies. Like, have you seen it? It looks just so amazing. And even its misprint as well, and it even got recolored a few months ago. And this video is the reason why the recolor is the reason why I'm doing this video in the first place. So yeah, it kind of makes sense. Now, yeah, enough about the skins. Now, let's kind of talk about Munchie's appearance. Now, Munchie's, like I said, it's this small little pizza pop. At least I think it's based on a combination for pizza and a puppy, and the same kind of goes with the entire Munchie's line. Yeah. It has, four, feet. It's very small and it just looks so adorable. So adorable. Yeah, I mean, come on. Who doesn't like Munchies? And there was even this. In fact, there was even this one time that Glaze, the one who signed me this challenge, made a Munchies pizza, and I've seen it, and it looks pretty cool. I will say that. I will say that now. But yeah, but yeah, Muncheez. I'd say overall, Muncheez is it's a very adorable, or little food doodle, and definitely one of the best food types in the game. For the Muncheez specifically, I'll have to overall give it an 8 out of 10. In fact, no, 8.5 out of 10. Now, enough about Muncheez. Let's talk more about about Hitza. Now, Hitza is basically, Hitza, kind of has a combination of, the words name, Now, some people would say, it has a pretty original name because it has a combination of heat and pizza mushed together to form the name pizza. But then again, if you think about it, for pretty much any creature in the creature capturing game, that's kind of how their names are made. So, what do you really expect? Now, Hisa is basically the evolution. Hisa is basically the evolution of Muncheez. I believe it evolves. I believe it evolves around probably around level 20. I'd say, yeah, around level 20. On level 20, and I'll have to admit he's pretty cool. Some of its skins are pretty amazing if you ask me. Like, again, like, it's it's misprint noodle skin. Yeah, that one looks pretty cool, and it's misprint prestige, just like the Muncheez. Yeah, and I just really feel as if pizza is just a really good food type. Know what I mean? Like it, like just look at it. It's basically this small little doggo who just is basically a pizza doggo. I think that's a pretty original idea if you ask me, and if you and anybody who says it's not an original idea, clearly they don't know anything about Doodle World, if you ask me. Yeah, and Hitsa, yeah, there isn't really much to say about Hitsa though, and I kind of forgotten what its description talked about. Its description said something about it having some sort of heat in stomach or something. I don't know. I can't exactly remember. But yeah, maybe let's move on now. Let's move on to Meltimore now. Meltimore. Meltimore. Oh my goodness! Like, have you seen how cool Meltimore is? Have you seen just how cool Meltimore is? Because let's talk about it. Now, to start off with, like Muncheez and Hitza, Meltimore's a food and fire type, right? And it's, this big pizza doggo. It evolves from Hitza at around level 32, I believe, and oh my, and Hitza's probably, no, wait, no, sorry, Meltimore has got to be the best one of the best food type doodles in the game, and I'm not even exaggerating. In fact, probably the best food type doodle in the game, and my reasoning for that is because its tail, like Meltimore legit has this, this, tail, this, pizza tail, that's basically a mouth. Yes, you heard me. Its tail is basically a mouth and just imagine how useful that would be in combat. Like, if Meltimore were to go up against some other doodle and it would just attack them, some other doodle were to do surprise attack behind the Meltimore. The Meltimore can just easily utilize its mouth tail to just attack whatever's coming behind it. And yeah, that would be so useful in combat situations like like those. Now, of course, there would be some disadvantages. Like, what if a Multima were to go up an elevator, but then have its mouth tail stuck in escalator? I mean, and but then have its tail stuck in it, and the same kind of goes within elevator as well. So yeah, of course, it would. So of course, yeah, that would be a little inconvenient, but still, Multimore is really good. It's really good. In fact, so good that. Uh, so good that I think Multimore definitely deserves an awakening. And I even I even came up with a concept on Multimore's base Multimore's base stats. Let me just get my laptop real quick and I will show you. Okay, I'm back. Some of you probably aren't 100% PvPers, but what happens is, in case if you don't know what Awakening is, have you been living under the rock? It's basically Mega Evolution button Doodle World. Now, see, Meltimore has, a base stat total of, 512, and it's pretty good, not gonna lie, because usually most finally evolved doodles or single stage doodles that are not legendaries are usually around a base stat total of 400, but with Meltimore that's not the case. It's actually got it's got some and it's got a pretty high base stat of 510. Sorry if I said some other number, but yeah, let me explain about its Multimore's base stats now. Multimore has a HP base stat of 80. Its physical attack is 105. Its defense is 80. Its magical attack is 70. Its magical defense is 80. Its speed is 95, all which adds up to 510. Why? Now, I've been thinking, what if Meltimore were to kind of get an awakening, right? And I imagine if Meltimore were to get an awakening, I'd imagine it would be pretty darn bulky. Like, here's what I mean. Its attack would go. So to start off with, I'm keeping its HP the same because usually when it comes to Mega Evolution, creatures' HP usually stays the same. Like it never change. Like its base HP never changes. But its physical attack will face an increase of 22 points, 22 attack points, which would be 127. Is the physical defense would be added by 20, which would be 100. Same goes for its magical defense, by the way. Its magical attack would be raised from 70 to 90. Now, I know by the looks of it, Meltimore isn't really supposed to be magical attacker, but it's mainly just for consistency, if you know what I mean. And its speed would increase. Speed would increase from 95 to 112. Now, altogether, that should add up to six. Its base stat total should be raised from 510 to 609, which, if I'm correct, that would make it the most powerful doodle in the game, because I'm pretty sure it's Awakening Kakmi. Currently, I believe the doodle with the highest base stat total in the game is Awakening Kakmia with a base stat total of 588. So, and since Awakened Meltimore's base stat total be 609, that would kind of make it the strongest doodle in the game. Now, I think, now, I will admit it's a little too OP, making it just go past 600, but I really do think, Meltimore's definitely capable of being bulky, because, yeah, like I said, I just imagine, Awakened Meltimore just being a very bulky physical attacker and very speedy as well. Like, a lot of people would be using Awakened Meltimore if there were to be an Awakened Meltimore, and its stats would be something like this. Now, you may be wondering, why is its Awakened Defense and Magical Defense the same? I figured since both, defenses were the same, I figured they'd both increase by the same amount. Why? So, yeah, I think it only makes sense. And of course, unfortunately, I never really got to came up with an actual design of, Awakened Meltimore, but I can try and get you to imagine what it look like. Now, I'd imagine, Awakened Meltimore. I'd imagine. Let's just now Awakened Meltimore. Think about like this. Right? Maybe it would have a large beastie tail that goes like, and yeah, just a humongous tail, and it would to get these more intimidating horns like this, like this, yeah, just like this, and it would get some pepperoni, probably some pepperoni or garlic armor on its foot. Well, actually, I feel like some sort of armor would be better for garlic. Maybe a little bit of pepperoni armor here and there. Yes, yeah, just a big, intimidating tail, some sort of more intimidating horns, and maybe a little bit of armor overall. And I think it would definitely make a really OP Awakened Doodle in terms of design and stats. And I really do feel as if Awakened Meltimore really does have the capability of being very bulky. And as for its trait, now now with its awakened trait, I haven't really came up with it, but I could think of one right away. Okay, so oh, okay, so I thought about it, and it would have, its awakened trait would be called, Blazing. It would be called Blazing. It would be called, Blazing Fury, and Blazing Fury. And basically, the idea of that is, each time the user uses a fire type attack, it greatly it greatly raises it greatly lowers it greatly raises a random stat, perhaps. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Blazing Fury. Each time, the user uses a fire type attack, it greatly, raises a random stat. I think that would be pretty cool, especially if that stat were to be its speed or attack. Yeah, speed would definitely be pretty important. Now, originally I did want a weekend Multimore to have high base stat. Like I imagined before it would be around 150 instead, and its defenses would be 103 and its speed 140. But then once I calculate speed stat total, it would be 634, which would be way too OP. So this is what I came up with instead. So, yeah. But yeah, I think that's enough about Melty right now. Let's talk about Gigalic. Now, Gigalic. Now, I'll admit, Gigalic, out of the entire Muncheez evolutionary line, Gigalic is probably my most favorite, one of them all, because I just really love, Gigalic's design, it essentially has this, garlic bread for a tail, which yeah, sure, it doesn't look as cool as, a mouth tail, but you still gotta admit it looks pretty fire and pretty delicious. Yeah. It's also, it also has, the garlic also, has this, the garlic also, kind of, has this, huge, goofy, this huge body and this, huge, goofy, munching face, and which I just find so adorable overall. Like, yeah, I would definitely want to have Gigalic as a pet in real life. Definitely. And not only that, but I really like Gigalic's stats as well, because to start off with, it has really high health and physical defense, which is pretty good, and it has a pretty decent attack and magical attack, a pretty good key magical defense, and but a very low speed. Now, sadly, despite Gigalic being probably my most favorite food type, its beast stat total, it is technically weaker than Multimore, because like I said, Multimore space stat total's 510, and as with Gigalic, its beast stat total would be 485, which I find a little bit disappointing. I feel as if, Gigalic should be just as strong, if not even stronger than Multimore. Okay, maybe I'm being a little biased, but still, Gigalic definitely deserves recognition. I even used to use it in Runic Island once, and it's proved to be a major aid to my team. And plus, I really do like its, misprint blue skin. I think Gigalic, out of the entire Muncheez evolutionary line, it definitely has, the best, looking skin. Especially, I know all of this, they all share the same skins, but Gigalic's skins are just more expressive. Know what I mean? And I really do love its, blaze skin, including its recolor. Wink, wink. Now like I said, Gigalic is sadly weaker than Multimore, right? So let's give it an awakening. Now, I have a confession to make. I didn't exactly got around to making Gigalix awaken, a stat. I didn't really exactly got around to making Gigalix, awaken stats, but in my defense, when I was making these awaken stats last night, by the time I was ready to move on to Gigalic, my my parents told me to go to bed, and yeah, I was pretty pissed off. So yeah, but we can kind of go through it right now. Now, with now, like I said, its health stats always got to stay the same, but it definitely deserves a good increase in physical attacks. So yeah, I'd say 130 would be reasonable, and like I said, I think since I kind of like to equal things out, and its magical attack and physical attacks equal, let's make its magical attack 113 as well. And as for its defense, as for its physical defense, I think it honestly deserves to be, I'd say, 125. 125, yeah, just to give it that good physical, defense. Know what I mean? Yeah, just to resist them physical attacks. And then then we got magical defense. Now I'm not going now since it's supposed to be a little weaker than the physical defense, I'm not going to make it as good. So I'll make the magical defense 100 and wait, no, sorry, uh so I just keep doing a very weird zero. So yes, magical attack would just be 103. Yeah, magical because yeah, we like I said, yeah, we want Gigalek to be as tanky as kind of tanky as possible. Know what I mean? Yeah, because see, Meltimore's supposed to be the offensive one, while Gigalek's supposed to be, some. In fact, yeah, now that I realize it, Meltimore's the more offensive one, while Gigalek's the more. Meltimore's the offensive one, while Gigalek's the more defensive one. So I got a little confused there. So I think it only makes sense that its, magical defense should be a little higher than that. Let's make it 23 instead. Let's make it 23 instead. And as with its speed, I don't think it's supposed to be that speedy. I'll make it go to 60 instead. Now, I would decrease its speed just for reverse singularity, but I have a feeling it would become way too broken if its speed got lower. So it's only fair it gets higher. Now, its speed stat total overall should be okay. Let me just calculate real quick. So 100, 400, 460, 483, 196, 196. So 400. You know what? Let's just see something like 500, like something like 580 perhaps. I'm sorry, but with actually let so guys, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I should be a lot better than math than I am right now, but let me just get my calculator. Okay, so I got my calculator. Let me just add them all up. Okay, I'm back, guys, and yeah, I did some calculation, and for some reason, it's based at total wouldn't really be that much of an improvement. So let's make Gigalic more OP. Okay, let's make it more OP. So maybe instead of 113 attack, let's give it 130 attack. And same goes with magical attack as well. Instead of this kind of weak defenses, let's make it incredibly tanky. So I'd say 137, and this magical defense would be 134. And the speed, let's just, with the speed, let's just make it 80. Yeah, perfect 8 right there. Trust me. Yeah. So that means its base stat total should be, let me just whip the calculator back up again. Oh, I think you're gonna like this. $611. That would be Gigalic's final base stat total. That is a teeny tiny bit more than Meltimore. Now, my reason for this stupidly OP awakening for Gigalic is because, like I said, I think Gigalic has, a lot of potential, and I just feel as if it's a little unfair that it's weaker than Meltimore. So I think it's only fair with Awakening. It should be a lot more stronger than Meltimore, just to make things fair. Well, why? I'm right. Why? But yeah. But yeah. But yeah. Hopefully. But yeah, I guess that concludes the Muncheez evolutionary line food review, and why it's the best food type in the game, and why Miltimore and Gigalic has a lot of potential in PvP. Yeah, because like I said, I think Miltimore, although Miltimore would be very bulky as an awakening, Gigalic would be able to completely roll in a lot of doodles. And I really do feel as if Gigalic does have a lot of potential in PvP, as well as Multimore. And not only that, they all of the Muncheez line, they have really good skins as well. And in fact, let me name all of my favorite skins for each of them. For the Muncheez, it would be Prestige and Blaze. For Heatza, it would be Prestige, Blaze, Pumpkin Spice. For Meltimore, oh yeah, and for Heatza, it would be Noodles. For Meltimore, it would be Prestige, Blaze, Pumpkin Spice, Noodles, and there's this one other one. Taiyaki, I think it was called, and with garlic it's the same, but there was another one that I also really liked. Oh yeah, the ex-whiskey garlic one. Yeah, yeah. Overall, but yeah, I guess that concludes the 30-minute, or should I say 40-minute Muncheez, food review. Yeah, yeah. Not gonna lie, I really did enjoy making all of this, and I really did enjoy making, this review, and I think I should, and I think maybe what I could do is this video is probably going to inspire me to make, reviews on some of my other favorite doodles in the future. So I think I may just thank Blaze for signing me this challenge. Yes, yes. Shout out to Blaze, and yeah. You're so lit, man. Hope I can win. Hope this video gets me that sweet recolor of yours, man. But yeah, have a great day, guys, and peace.